Imagine waking up on a ship in the middle of the ocean with no memory of how you got there. Then a voice shouts, "You're finally awake! Welcome to the crew!" Boom. Just like that, you've been recruited by the infamous Straw Hat Pirates. But wait, something isn't right. Luffy's grinning like you're his long-lost sibling. Nami's counting how much you owe her for food and lodging, and Zoro... Well, Zoro is asleep. Everything seems normal until you realize you don't remember signing up for this. Then you hear a nervous chuckle from behind. You turn around and see Ussop. Funny story. I might have told Luffy you were a legendary pirate with a bounty so high it got erased from history. So, congratulations. You're a Straw Hat now. The crew cheers. You panic. This is either the greatest thing that's ever happened to you or the beginning of the worst mistake of your life. And the kicker? The Marines just found out about you too. Before you can even protest, the ship jolts, cannons fire, alarms blare, and a Marine battleship appears on the horizon. Looks like your first battle's starting early. Sanji smirks, lighting a cigarette. Luffy grins. Let's see what you got. Welcome to the crew, rookie. Hope you survive. Before you can process what's happening, the thousand sunny rocks from cannon fire. Luffy is already stretching his arms, Zoro's cracking his knuckles, and Nami is screaming about damage expenses. Meanwhile, you're standing there, frozen like a deer in headlights. "Oi, newbie! You fightin' or just standing there?" Zoro calls out, swords at the ready. I don't even know how to fight," you blurt out. The crew collectively face palms. "Wait, hold on." Frankie adjusts his shades. "Luffy, you picked up someone useless?" "Hey, Ussop said they were a legendary pirate." Luffy grins, completely unbothered. Ussop starts sweating. Yeah, but they retired. Gotta knock off the rust, you know?" Cues Sanji, exhaling a cloud of smoke. "Tsh, you better not slow us down, newbie." Before you can defend yourself, a Marine soldier swings at you. You instinctively duck, tripping over a barrel, only to accidentally kick another Marine in the face. The crew stops and stares. Luffy's eyes sparkle. "Whoa, that was awesome!" You have no idea what just happened, but suddenly, Chopper is bandaging your non-existent injuries. Brook is laughing. "Yo-ho-ho, that was quite the lucky strike, but you seem bone-tired." And Nami is already calculating how much food you owe for daring to exist on her ship. Then, the Marines retreat. Not because of you, obviously, but because they realize they just picked a fight with the Straw Hats. As the crew celebrates with their usual chaotic energy, you stand there dazed. This is real. You're on their ship. You survived your first encounter, and now every single one of them is judging you. "All right, newbie." Luffy pats your back, nearly knocking you over. "Now that you're one of us, what can you do?" Cue the awkward silence. The entire crew leans in, waiting for your answer. And that's when you realize you have no idea what your job is. You freeze. What do? You don't have a devil fruit, you're not a swordsman, and you definitely can't cook, unless instant noodles count. Your mind races as the crew starts throwing out ideas. Zoro, if you can't fight, you're dead weight. Sanji, can you cook? No? Then stay out of my kitchen. Ussop, ooh, maybe they're a master sniper like me. Nami, ugh, if they can't fight or cook, at least tell me they can navigate. Brook, perhaps they play an instrument? We could be a duet. Chopper, are they even useful? Option 1, you bluff your way in. I'm a genius strategist. Yeah, I can come up with battle plans. Nami raises an eyebrow. Okay then, strategist, tell us how we should have handled that Marine attack. Your brain short circuits. Hit them really hard? Cue silence. Then Frankie and Luffy burst out laughing. Option 2, you become the ship's, whatever. Luffy shrugs. If you don't have a job, we'll just make one up. Suddenly, you're given the weirdest tasks possible. Ship janitor, cleaning up after Luffy's eating sprees, a fate worse than death. Seagull scarer, your job is to keep birds from stealing Sanji's food. Official taste tester, the first to try any new dish. Good luck with Sanji's spicy experiments. Option 3, you actually have a hidden talent. Maybe you do have something special, like incredible luck, a weird knowledge of ancient myths, which might actually be useful, or a photographic memory. The crew might think it's useless until they realize it's not. Whatever happens, by the end of it, you're officially given a role. It might not be what you expected, but you're one of them now. Luffy pats you on the back. You sigh in relief. Maybe this won't be so bad. Then Nami hands you a giant debt list. By the way, your joining fee is 500,000 berries. Pay up. You've barely settled into your new and slightly humiliating role when the ship shakes violently. The sound of cannon fire echoes across the sea. Before you even process what's happening, Nami is barking orders, Zoro is already drawing his swords, and Luffy, well, Luffy is laughing. Looks like we got company. You rush to the railing and see a pirate crew charging straight for the ship. Their captain, some over-the-top villain with a ridiculous theme. Seriously, why does every enemy have a gimmick? Points at you and yells, "Straw Hat Crew, hand over the newbie or face our wrath." Wait, what? Why you? Ussop gasps. Did you steal treasure from someone important? I don't even know who that is. Then why do they want you? You have no time to figure it out, because now you're in the middle of your first real battle. The enemy crew boards the ship. Everyone jumps into action. Zoro's cutting through enemies effortlessly. Sanji is flipping pirates into the ocean with style. Brook is playing battle music, for the vibes, of course. Luffy is just having fun. Meanwhile, you're running for your life. You try to fight back, grabbing the nearest weapon, only to realize it's Usopp's slingshot. Ussop yells, "Hey, use it right, or give it back!" You panic and randomly fire. The shot ricochets off the mast, bounces off the deck, and somehow knocks out the enemy captain. Silence. The entire Straw Hat crew stares at you. Luffy's eyes sparkle. "Whoa, that was so cool!" Zoro snorts. "That was dumb luck." Sanji smirks. Either way, they won. Even Nami seems impressed, until she reminds you that you just caused even more trouble for the crew because now you probably have a bounty on your head. Great, you survived your first battle, and now the whole world knows who you are. Luffy throws an arm around your shoulder. "You're gonna be awesome. I can tell." You sigh. Maybe you can survive this crew after all. Maybe. You may have survived your first battle, but let's be real. You won by accident. If another fight breaks out, you'll probably be the first one to die. Luffy, being Luffy, isn't worried. You'll figure it out. Nami, on the other hand, is worried. "If you keep fighting like that, you're gonna cost me a fortune in medical expenses." Zoro just crosses his arms. "They need training. Now." Sanji exhales a puff of smoke. "That's gonna be painful to watch." And just like that, you're forced into a hellish training arc. Luffy, of course, doesn't train anyone. He just throws you into danger and calls it experience. So the others decide who'll whip you into shape. Option 1. Zoro's Brutal Boot Camp. You think Zoro will teach you cool sword skills? Wrong. Instead, he tosses you a tiny dumbbell and says, "Lift that until you pass out." You spend 3 days doing nothing but sit-ups, push-ups, and running, only to collapse from exhaustion. When you wake up, you find out that Zoro got lost and forgot you were even training. Option 2. Sanji's Kitchen Combat. Before you can fight, you need endurance, Sanji declares, handing you a tray of food. The training? You have to deliver the tray across the ship while dodging knives, kicks, and, oh no, hungry Luffy. Every time you drop something, Sanji kicks you into the ocean. By the end, you're bruised, exhausted, and can now run for your life at high speeds. Option 4. Usopp's Coward's Guide to Survival. Usopp claims he'll train you, but it's really just a masterclass in running away. You learn how to dodge, hide, and pretend to be dead when necessary. Surprisingly, this actually saves you in future battles. Just when you think training is pointless, something clicks. Maybe you accidentally awaken observation haki while dodging Sanji's kicks. Maybe you pick up a weird fighting style, like throwing random objects at enemies like a madman. Or maybe, just maybe, you unlock a totally ridiculous but super effective technique. Whatever happens, you actually feel stronger. The crew notices too. Luffy grins. "See, I told you you'd figure it out." Nami smirks. "Good. Now I don't have to worry about you getting knocked out every 5 minutes. Zoro nods. You're still weak, but not completely useless anymore. You're finally starting to fit in. But deep down, you know, this is just the beginning.